Hi, everybody. Welcome to Laser Vision Comics. This is where we play some Prowlers and Paragons. This is a short little series. It started out as a short little series and it morphed into about 30 some issues. We've had a lot of fun with this system.
Yeah, not so short at this point. Anyway.
Yeah, not so short at this point. It started off as just a one-time thing and kind of morphed from there. Tonight we are visiting an old friend for the 5th issue of our hero Quark. And we're going to go ahead and let everybody introduce themselves, say who they're playing. Just want to let folks know, if you like this video, please go ahead and click that like button. We have plenty of Prowlers and Paragons superhero content here on the channel. We have a playlist that actually has every issue in chronological order, or you can go back and find your favorite heroes. Just take a peek at our YouTube channel and you'll be able to find everything you need there. Let's go ahead and meet the cast. Let's go with the man himself. Let's start with Matt.
Matt, I'll be playing Quark. He has shrinking and he can make objects out of thin air. Also can fly and has a couple other neat little abilities that we're going to try out.
Yeah, the feeling we might see some new things out of him tonight. Who knows?
Yes, we'll see.
Hey, Aloysius, who are you playing?
Hello, I'm Aloysius. I'm playing Benny Frost, hero name Old Man Winter. He has cold manipulating abilities.
Alrighty. And let's see, Jen. Yeah, hey.
Well,
of course.
Just messing with you. Since West isn't here for me to mess with.
Right, you can't mess with me or with her, so here I am.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm Jen, and I'm playing Thunderbolt, aka Xandra Storms, and she does a lot of like environmental kind of powers. So, yeah.
Alrighty. Mm-hmm. Well, where our story picks us up is in August of 2023. Now, further back in Quark's history, if you go back to issue 1, actually his origin issue, titled Wrong Place, Wrong Time, there was a young man who was working at a company called Jet Microsystems. And there was an industrial accident. There was an explosion. There was some mysterious gas released. And what happened was that there was a transformation in a couple folks. Quark himself found that he could shrink his size down to a ridiculously small level. He could fly. He could manipulate items with a beam. I'm going to let him kind of describe all that a little bit better. And there was also another character, Dr. Maurice Evans, I believe the last name was, who was unfortunately turned into an orangutan. The two managed to escape from this building. They teamed up. They met up with a couple other heroes, a character named Thunderbolt and Old Man Winter among them. They went on to form a superhero team called the Eternity Alliance. And in that time, they've all been kind of busy with different heroic actions, adventures, across the globe. But there's been one thing that's never kind of been closed, the circle kind of completed on, is what happened to everybody else who happened to be in the building that day. Because when Quark was created, we're going to say, there were some security guards who were in the building, and they were exposed to some of these same gases as well. And it was a mystery, first off, kind of what happened to them. Were they taken to the hospital? What happened to them as well? So where we pick up tonight is there is an informant at Jet Microsystems who works for Aegeus, the the kind of the government oversight, cheesy version of Shield. I hate to say it in this universe.
Sure.
Who has been tipping them off about different things that have happened with Jet Microsystems and that kind of thing. And information now has come to Aegeus's leadership, who have now contacted Quark. They have found an industrial facility in Farmington, Connecticut, which is about an hour and a half south of Boston, where Jet Microsystems, the whole incident happened in Boston. That there is an industrial facility there. Farmington is kind of a small little suburb of Hartford, Connecticut. That some of the injured personnel from the lab explosion are receiving treatment at this facility. Now, according to all of the kind of the regular investigation that has gone on, the industrial facility has kind of one section that is owned by one client by the name of Envision Medical Supply, and this turns out to be their international headquarters. The informant could not, unfortunately, deliver any pictures, any video, without kind of revealing themselves further, but they did pass along this information. So that is where we find Quark has been given this information by Agent Wright, if you remember them, one of the Aegeus agents.
Oh, that's right, Agent Rybread.
Oh,
Yeah, right,
now I
right.
remember.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm like, I know Benny had a nickname for him, but I don't even remember his actual name. So as soon as I heard it, came flooding back immediately.
Okay. So we start off with the team meeting with Agent Wright in a conference room in the team's headquarters in Philadelphia. There is a new facility, or it's new to Aegeus, that they've taken over. The old code name was called Zebra Crossing. And it previously held another superhero team. Since then, the Eternity Alliance have moved in and kind of made it their headquarters. So Agent Wright has come in to meet with the team. So we pick up with our heroes sitting in the conference room with Agent Wright. Let me know how they're dressed. If they're in their if they're in their costumes, or they're in their uniforms, or are they just kind of in their their street clothes? Let's kind of get an idea, kind of what they look like as we set the mood. So let anyone who wants to start go ahead.
Do we know what the meeting was? Do we know ahead of time what this meeting was about, or was just, hey, can you guys come in? You
were told that some additional information was found about Jet Microsystems and some of the missing personnel from there.
Okay, then Adam would show up in costume, in his full regalia, as it were. This is work, not fun work. Otherwise, yeah, he would probably be early to the meeting.
Okay, you have to bring donuts. So.
Yeah, that's right. He's got the money for it.
Yeah.
He'll bring 24.
All right.
My default would say that he's in his street clothes because he doesn't know what any of that means. But he would bring his suit with him, just in case.
Okay. Sandra's probably going to start off in street clothes because she has a big old truck to drive, and then maybe change in the back of it and come in.
Okay. There are other various heroes about. Sir not featured in this episode, and Ms. Not on camera. But there are other heroes about. But the focus of this meeting has really been the three of you. Unfortunately, Dr. Evans is not with the team at the moment, but Wright thought that the three of you, given that your history, would be a good team to investigate this, and especially with Quark. We're not going to go through every line of dialogue in the meeting. What he
What,
does
you don't want to do that?
No, not really. He gives you a kind of a layout of the facility. There are three rather kind of ordinary looking buildings in this office park, but the buildings are ringed by its own security gate. According to the detail they've got, the first building is the largest, but it's mostly offices, accounting, sales, some executive offices because it is their headquarters. They're on the record. They're showing some kind of school here. They're thinking it's employee training with a kind of a smaller warehouse in the back of it. The other two buildings, according to the records, are a laboratory, one of them. And then the third, interestingly enough, has been listed as like open purpose. It hasn't been defined specifically what it's for. They didn't try to infiltrate to see exactly what was there, but their suspicion is that if you hacked into it, you might be able to find out some more information inside. They have not attempted to even try it from the outside, so they are very wary of tipping off Jet Microsystems about this, given some of their sponsors are high-level politicians. Another thing of note, he tells you, is that security on site is provided by Silver Star Solutions, the company owned by an old neighbor of Thunderbolts back from Catsbridge.
Oh, yes. Okay. I remember that now.
And Silver Star was also the security team that was on property at Jet when all of this happened. So apparently they still have a working partnership together.
How awkward.
Apparently so.
Yes. So at that, Wright kind of waits to then see if there's any questions that he can answer for the team.
What is our objective here?
Well, we think that you might have the most curiosity, Quark.
Oh, I do.
About possibly happened. Again, it is not public record what happened with these security guards. The best we know is that the ones who were on duty that day did not show up in any local hospital.
Oh, wow.
Apparently, they were all exposed to the same gas as you. And from what we can tell between you and Agent Orange is that it has different results. It affects people differently.
Clearly.
Our objective would be discover if these individuals are truly there. Are they still alive? Did they, were they brought there and deceased? Or, find out information about their current condition. And why is Jet holding on to them? So are they being held against their will? Just more information. So
stealth and recon. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah. That can work.
And stealth is key. you will be recognized in your normal height, but
And
we
our
do
costumes.
not know. But we do not know if they possess any kind of technology to look for supers. This is unknown to us at the moment.
Right.
So it's up to you guys to figure out if this place is, heavily secured, or is it just an office building? So.
Right.
Hmm.
All right. Well, once we get there, we probably should do at least a checkout of the surrounding, the complex, the park, and civilian identities.
Oh yeah. Do that.
If nothing else, to just see what we see what's out in the open, see if we spot anything unusual. I'll look at both Thunderbolt and Old Man Winter. Have your powers changed drastically since last we met?
I don't think so.
Any
I
improvements?
wouldn't say drastically, but
Have they gotten stronger, weaker?
little bit stronger.
Mine are the same. I mean, it's the same elements.
Okay. Once we get a layout of their land, I guess I want to focus on that open source building. My hunches tell me that's where things are probably going on. Possibly the other small building, the HQ part. No, I don't think so. It just doesn't scream anything. But I mean, we'll save that as our third because it'll take the most time. But my instincts tell me that we should head for this open source building. It's the most vague in the official descriptions, and it's easy to conceal something that way, or it's more likely that they're hiding something in there.
What if they got like a bunch of AIs and are just like grabbing data from everyone? I mean, that'd be evil.
I don't know. I'm more concerned about these security guards.
Do we know what they look like? Like, how will we know if they're not dressed as a security guard?
Well, my hunch is that they've got them somehow under wraps, like they're being held. Why, I don't know.
Doesn't sound legal either.
No, it's definitely not. But it's being exposed to the same.
Thanks for that confirmation.
Yeah. Well, being exposed to the same gas as me and Dr. Was it
Maurice?
Yeah, Dr. Evans. I could not. I was like, I got his first name, but Dr. Evans. You clearly, I mean, you've seen Dr. Evans. You've seen.
Yes, it definitely affected you differently. You can shrink and stuff, and he got turned into a monkey.
An intelligent ape.
Yeah.
Or orangutan.
Orangutan.
He doesn't like
That's
the
it.
word
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's yeah.
So I have stealth capability in my shrinking. They're not going to spot me. However, they could have detection, I don't know what you want to call it, devices that would be able to sense superpowers.
Lasers.
Yeah.
Great.
No, but we may want to be careful about using our abilities until we're absolutely sure of what's going on. Or at least in somewhere like where it's not common, I guess not expected. So
all right.
Once we're there, once we get a layout, then we can kind of go from there. I have been practicing shrinking other people with me. And that's something that I'm hoping. Huh? Yeah. Well, I can shrink objects, more than just my clothes. But doing so obviously gives off a bit of a. I don't know if it'll trigger anything, like if their security devices are looking for small people, or the use of our abilities. Heck, I may just show up and it'll trigger an alarm because they're looking for those people affected by that gas. And that gas,
wow.
I'm sure, had some sort of marker or chemical element that perhaps is common that they can then utilize to, oh, hey, look, somebody who's been exposed to the gas is on our property. Could go that far. I mean, I'm probably being paranoid, but that's kind of why we're in this business.
Yep.
The side effect of being in this business.
Right.
Thunderbolt, do you know how to perhaps scramble electronic equipment with your powers? I mean, I know you can control electricity to some degree.
I can shoot a lightning bolt at it.
Yeah, that's a little.
I can make it.
That's
go
what will
boom.
happen, though, if
Yeah.
I do this.
That's not subtle.
It's not
But-
subtle, but it does sound effective.
I mean, it does. If I blow something up and then like fly away, I mean, they ain't gonna catch me.
No, I
that
was
quick.
hoping more along the lines of like using like electronic or electric like interference somehow, like static, making static across their network.
I don't know about that.
Okay,
I could
that's worth a
try.
shot.
I could try.
What about if we needed to create, say, a fog to cover our entrance into the building? Would that be something either of you could do?
A fog.
Fog.
Yeah.
It is August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, it's August,
Connecticut doesn't get overly humid, but we'll be
No,
going during the day, so
yeah,
Right,
no
right.
fog. But a fog, I mean, it's not winter, so
yeah, just saying. So.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing out ideas.
It's a good idea.
You can shrink down to atomic size, but I don't believe fog. No.
Yeah, Well,
Yeah.
I disbelieve the fog. All right, let's.
Well, I have elemental control. Will that make fog enough for you?
Well, what do you control elements? Is it weather?
It's like
or is
weather.
it
Yeah, it's weather
Okay.
stuff.
fog? Could be
Yeah.
classified under that.
I can
Yeah.
specifically do ice and wind, and that's what I got. That's what I can control.
Do you also have elemental control?
Well, yes, but specifically for those two elements.
Right, those two elements.
Yeah,
But Jen
Sanders
has
got
weather,
all
which
of
is-
them.
Yeah, weather's a little more. Like I mean, you also in a way control the weather with ice and wind, and she controls lightning and
Mhm.
thunder, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
So,
We
I mean, you
made
both
thunder
have-
snow once together. It
We
was
did
fun.
make thunder.
Uh-huh.
That would be great if this were October, November,
I know,
December,
I
maybe.
know.
August is a little trickier, although
I can do rain.
a rainstorm could also do it.
Yeah.
We want it to be subtle and perhaps natural. I mean, something that wouldn't trip them off that superheroes are here.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. I mean, it's weather.
yeah.
They're gonna look at it and be like, "Wow, foggy today. Weird."
Yeah.
You know?
It can still work. So,
Mhm.
all right, let's get up there and then
Okay.
take a look and see what we're dealing with. Like I said,
Yeah.
I might want to check out that vague open source building first. But let's see if the whole thing is locked down tighter than a frog's butt, then we may have to deal with we'll pick up another plan.
Okay.
That's a first one. Haven't heard that one before.
I was thinking of a much ruder one, but
Yeah.
okay. Are you going to take the Eterni car?
Oh, I
that what-
forgot
yeah.
about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I probably have that. No,
Yeah.
none of us are very good at flying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little difficult.
we'll skip the Eterna car this
Okay.
Yeah.
time.
Also, not very discreet.
Yeah, exactly. That was my
Yeah.
other question, but I always like to I don't want to assume. So.
Mm.
No,
Okay.
we'll travel through commercial vehicles if necessary. Quark will pay for the first class passage if it's available. He's got
Flight.
the money.
A flight from Philly to Hartford is like half an hour. I
Yeah,
mean,
we could
it's
just
like
go.
nothing. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You land in Hartford at a private airport, and are given cars by Aegeus, and head over. The town of Farmington, like I said, it's kind of a small suburb outside of Hartford. Nice green hills as you come through. It's just kind of perfect weather day. As you approach, you come through the office park, but again, Envision Medical has its own security gate. You can probably get about a block away before the road kind of turns into like a private. You'd have to kind of take the regular road, or
Right.
kind of make a right to get onto the lane that takes you into Envision. So you're probably about a block that runs about a city block. So you could either do recon as you kind of pull by, but the only way to get really close is you'd have to drive up to the
Yeah.
front gate.
I would probably go past it, then park somewhere, and then I would probably try to approach. Like Quark would be used to approaching through his powers.
Okay.
He's used to doing things that way.
Okay.
He's worried about them picking up his approach,
Mhm.
but he would go down at small size and simply try to not like get close to the fence line or whatever, or not, but not go near the front gate, but come at it from another angle.
Right. Right. I'm not going to make you guys roll. You're smart enough that you would probably find a parking space that is kind of at the edge of the parking. There are security cameras everywhere, though.
I thought you were gonna leave. I thought you were gonna leave it as you guys are smart enough to find a parking space.
No.
At that point, Quark would like shrink inside the car.
That's what I was
not,
going.
Not
down.
do it on camera. You know?
That's where I was going with this. So okay,
Mhm.
all right. So Quark goes, does his thing. How about Benny and Xandra? What are you doing?
Do you want to come along? Can either of you fly under your own?
Yeah.
I would say
I was gonna
say Xandra can fly. I can turn into snow particles. I don't think that's very helpful in this particular
It'd be a little
situation.
weird right now, yeah.
Yeah, would stand out. So
I could dissipate into snow particles and then reconstitute my body to look like somebody else.
Is that your doppelganger ability?
Yes, it is.
I'm worried about Quark is going to shrink and fly in. I'm trying to figure out how I could. I don't know that I could carry both of you since Jen can fly. I don't know that that's a problem. It's the situation. I'm going to shrink both of you with me, and we all go in together, tiny.
Okay.
And then.
All right.
I've never been tiny before. I'm open to this experience.
Steve Martin
it's
called
new.
it getting small. So
Yeah. I can carry you. I'm fairly strong. I can carry a person easily. I just can't carry two. So, unless Benny is really, really heavy. He ain't heavy. He's my brother.
I mean, he's an athletic man, but I wouldn't say he's like, particularly heavy.
Okay. So what I want to do, we'll hold hands in the car. We'll all shrink down, and then we can fly into or fly through the fence line over to where this building is. That's what I want to start with.
Okay.
all right. So I believe there's a roll for making them small.
No, I just have to spend a resolve.
Okay. Spend your resolve then. Okay.
Yep. That's all. I don't officially have that yet, but I'm using the resolve point to do that as a part of what I'm going to spend my experience points on.
Okay. My next question is going to be, although you have flight, what are you using to carry them then? Your arms?
Well, Jen, I'm not going to worry about.
Thunderbolt.
Jen can fly on her own.
All right. Okay.
Sorry,
Right.
Thunderbolt can fly
That's
on her
You
okay.
can fly. Okay, that's fine.
Can.
own. If need be, I will try to carry him in my arms, or I could make a energy basket kind of thing, a construct basket,
Okay.
to carry Old Man Winter. Is he comfortable being carried, or would he rather fly in a basket?
Sure, he's comfortable being carried.
Okay.
Swaddled.
Oh no.
I mean, just like doing the forearm thing that like Superman does all the time.
Yeah, well, yeah, Superman
Legs
carrying
over the
Lois
one
Lane.
arm and carrying, one arm supporting the back, and
Okay. Yeah, that works. We're not gonna get too technical on that. You get up over the gate. It is not a overly obtrusive looking fence. I mean, it's not chain link with barbed wire on the top. It's much nicer looking than that, but it is definitely a secure compound.
okay.
There are 2 lanes. It is a 2-lane road in and out. So you get past the security gate. You kind of probably fly a little bit past there. Looks I don't know if any of you have military experience. I don't remember.
I don't think
Quark
so.
does not.
No.
Okay.
Benny does not either.
Okay. That's what I figured. From watching movies,
The most reliable of sources.
Why not?
It looked when you fly by, you're like, wow, they're really like checking these cars out. I mean, they are like, you've even seen in one case they did have a someone with a dog checking one of the vehicles as they're coming in and out. So they're definitely pretty tight. As you come in, the main building is directly in front of you. The open source building is kind of to the right, and behind the main building is the where from what you know is a laboratory building.
Okay.
The just the open purpose room building, 3 floors, a small entrance up front. Nice landscaping. I mean, it doesn't look like it's a testing facility or anything. If anything, it's almost so generic looking.
Right.
If you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't pay a lot of attention to it. So
Don't look at me. Nothing going on here.
exactly. So yeah.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Head towards that building.
Okay.
Flying over towards that building.
Mhm.
Quark at this point will look. Do either of you have any kind of sensory abilities? I don't remember if any of you can sense anything. Old Man Winter, do you have thermal vision of any kind, or?
If I do, that is not an ability I have unlocked in my body yet.
Thunderbolt, any kind of special sensory abilities?
Not particularly. I mean, I have a force shield, but that's not the same.
No, that's defensive.
It's nowhere near it.
You-
Nowhere near it.
Okay. Quark has microscopic vision, which is great when he wants to look for things small, but doesn't help here when we're out flying around. All right. Let's see if we can find a vent of some kind or air conditioning thing. That's usually his MO, to go in that way.
Yep, I'm super good with those.
He's done that before.
Exactly.
Well, this way, at Quark's at your size Quark is, or you guys are now, you don't have to break it. You just go right in.
Yeah. Okay.
I will need an investigation roll, please.
Okay.
From everyone.
Whoever's looking for a WAN.
Okay.
Well, I might as well look. Not gonna
have
just
on
stand
that,
there
am I?
twiddling my thumbs.
How many dice do I roll?
Should be on your character sheet.
Okay. Let's
Yeah,
see.
the
Quark is 5 dice
investigation.
in investigation.
And
Okay.
it's
That was another
even,
thing I boosted.
Oh,
it's-
investigation is 5. All right.
it's even numbers that are successes, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, 6 count as 2, and a 4 and a 2 each count.
I
as
have no
Okay.
even numbers at all.
Okay, then I have 3 successes.
Okay.
Quark has 5.
Okay. Quark finds it first. The good old ordinary AC unit. Almost every building has them. So, yep, that would probably be a way to get in. Probably then down through the usual vents, that
Yep.
kind of thing.
Yep.
Okay.
That's his MO, and
Okay.
or that's how he normally does this sort of thing.
Okay.
So
That's
once
what
we find an open vent, or a vent leading into the first thing, obviously, whatever the first one he comes to, he wants to look out, see what that room might be. We don't know the layout, so he'll kind of depending on where we come in, if we can go north, south, east, west, he'll kind of pick a direction at random.
Okay.
Or if there's just one way to go, he follows that. Wherever possible, if there's only a left, he'll make a left wherever there's a change in turn or whatever, if he
Okay.
can. Trying to keep to the left wall of the labyrinth, as the rule of it was, and see what we find.
Okay.
As long as we're inside here, he's going to maintain the shrinking effect on Thunderbolt and Old Man Winter.
Okay.
Okay.
Okey-doke.
Okay. So if you're going to be following Quark, I'd like an intellect roll from Quark to see if he can just kind of keep following along. There is a lot of noise. There's some industrial noise, people talking, music. It's sometimes in some cases it's very loud, and can be a little jarring at times. So I want to see if
Okay.
he can kind of keep his concentration.
Yep.
I'd like at least 3 successes. So.
Yep. Rolling the dice spot, and I got 5.
Okay, you manage to kind of keep it together, kind of flying through.
Mhm.
It you've noticed there's a lot of background noise. Typically, usually just the vents, but you're getting a lot of noise from different areas that you can't quite identify what the noises are, aside from some voices occasionally, some industrial noises. But what it does is you do manage to kind of fly down to the first level and find yourselves in a hallway. There are several people kind of walking through the area. You do see a couple, a man and a woman walking along in like medical scrubs. You do see a gentleman in a blazer and a khakis. And based on your intelligence roll, I'm going to give you this one right away. He is Silver Star Solutions walking down the hallway. Peering out, you do see there are some doors that are open along the hallway, but this guard is kind of walking past your position. You would assume, based on where you came in, maybe heading towards a lobby, maybe towards that front door. So
I'll relay the information to my companions. I'm thinking we head the opposite direction of that Silver Star guy. Could be just a front door guard or a front door administrator. Not much to see here. We need to check things out. We're going to stay tiny for a while, unless you guys get uncomfortable with it.
Works for me.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna head. I'm gonna fly and carry toward the opposite direction the guard went. Like he walked towards that what we think is the front. We're gonna go the other way, towards where the open doors were.
Okay. All right. Flying down, you do come across a one room on the left. It says Watershed Conference Room, and there's kind of a placard outside that tells you kind of what meetings are scheduled, and you see one that says group therapy, and it's judging by your time that you see that it's open, that's happening at the moment. The door is shut. There is light coming from beneath the door, but you can't hear anything.
All right. Gonna pass that one for now.
Okay.
Move on to whatever else is next down the row, as it were.
Okay. You get to a small office. The door is open. Kind of sticking your head in. You're traveling still through the vents, or did you come out of the vents?
He would have come out of the vent to follow, and bringing Thunderbolt and Benny with.
That's
him.
why I just want to make sure.
Yeah, just in case things go south, all of a sudden, we have I got some power in my corner, as it were.
Gotcha. Okay. You get to an office, and you're kind of being able to like peer inside. You're kind of at the top of the door, and there's a couple people working some small desks. Thunderbolt, could you give me a perception roll, please?
A perception roll, okay. I've got a 6 and a 4.
Okay, so that's 3. All right. The other two don't seem to notice it, but there's an annoying housefly on the wall looking, and he's big compared to you.
Okay, that's a problem. I don't usually mind flies, but now that we're tiny, this is a little weird.
Yeah,
jumps up
the
and
size of a horse.
yeah, exactly. And he starts flying towards you.
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna just move out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He's not necessarily attacking yet, but give me an agility roll. I just want to see if you can get out of the way before he gets there, because he's moving pretty quickly.
There's a fly.
I have a 2.
Okay.
Xandra's not used to being tiny. You
Okay.
know?
Fair enough.
His wings come in and like smack you, and you let out a yelp that Quark and Benny now notice, because they were kind of looking at the office.
Right. Yeah. There's a giant fly. I mean, compared to us now.
Well, zap the bug.
Zap
Yep,
the
I was
bug.
gonna say, well, instinctually, Benny will just blast it with cold.
That's fine.
Go ahead and give me a roll, Benny.
Okay. 7 successes.
Oof.
Okay.
Scorch it.
Yeah, you hit it. It's rather irritated, but
Is it an ice cube now?
It's irritated. It is not frozen solid. It moved kind of quick enough that you kind of hit it enough that you just kind of more pushed it out of the way, and it buzzes off. So, okay.
Right, well, so long as it leaves us alone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And if Benny will sort of just like turn to Quark and Thunderbolt and say, "Well, that was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen."
Yeah. Ugh,
Oh,
awful.
you don't know the half of the stuff I've seen.
Oh,
Oh,
I
no.
don't want to know now.
I don't need to know that either. That's okay.
In the office, one of the ladies gets up, and you hear her speaking to somebody else. And now the voices sound very loud because you're small.
Mark's used to this. The others are not. But.
Yeah. She says, "All right, well, I got to get back to the therapy. Franklin's given a speech today, and sometimes you got to rein him in. He just kind of likes to talk and talk and talk and talk. So, and she gets up and she's kind of walking past your position. She does not seem to notice you.
Do we have a list of the names of the guards?
You do not. It would be really useful if you did.
That would be super useful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. I have a weird feeling. All right. So I want to follow her back to whatever therapy room she's going to.
She goes back to that watershed room.
Okay.
And opens the door.
All right. We're going to play fly on the wall, quite literally.
Okay.
Once they get in, I want to get up towards the ceiling level. If this is therapy, it might be recorded. I want to take a quick look for any cameras that might be in here and avoid them.
Okay. The room is rather ordinary. Has just kind of a round meeting table. Some very comfortable chairs. Are about 9 different people in here.
Okay.
And when you get in here, they all look rather odd. There are let me take that back, not odd. Unique. Odd was the wrong word. Their look is kind of similar in that they all appear to be injured or disabled at some point. You see 1 or 2 men are missing legs. They may have prosthetics. There is a woman with missing a hand. And there is another man who it looks like he's be recovering from some serious burns. But what you do grasp from them is they are all in military uniform of some sort, different branches. But if you had to take a guess, and you're going to, based on, and somebody's going to make an intelligence roll, whatever, whoever wants to make it, that they all appear to be service members. There is a young man who is sitting at the end of the table with a laptop in front of him.
4 successes for Quark's intelligence roll.
Okay, all right. You would guess they're probably active in the service, but they are disabled at some point. You don't know, where they were injured, but they
Right.
appear to be, fairly recent. This young man is clean cut, looks maybe Asian background, is sitting at this laptop, and he's just perfect posture, screams Ivy League, just tapping away. The woman comes in and leans over his shoulder and goes, "Okay, Franklin, now with this group, you've got to understand that they've all been through some different things. Not every experience is going to match theirs. So please try to be sensitive to, maybe their individual needs." And he's just, "I'm always sensitive to their needs. It's just sometimes people just aren't as receptive to new ideas, but very well. I will do my best to be sensitive, as you HR people call them." So, and she just kind of sighs. And now, back to the camera search. There are a camera really on each wall.
Okay.
You don't really. All of you're like, seems a little excessive for a conference room to have a camera
Especially one
on
with
each
therapy.
wall. Exactly. But yeah, there's definitely cameras. Whether or not they have detected you or not, you are not sure.
Okay. No way to tell until something bad happens.
Yeah.
All right. I think we need to watch this for a minute, see what happens. I mean, the guy with the computer seems to be somewhat important, but
You may think he is. I don't know.
Yeah,
Her
he
comments
might be
didn't make it
self-important.
sound like, Yeah.
all right. Well, let's give it a watch and see what happens. If nothing happens, say for 15 minutes, we'll move on.
Okay. The young man stands up, introduces himself as Franklin Chan, and that he is a employee of Silver Star Solutions. It's been for several years, and is basically gives them a almost a sales pitch about maybe when your time in the service is over, if you would basically consider joining our firm. Goes over all the technological wonders that they can do with new prosthetics and vehicles. That this isn't the end of your career. This is just a stepping tool, stepping stone. Kind of long story short, you kind of listening to a sales pitch, which is odd because he doesn't come off as a salesman. He's he's an egotistical prick. But hey, Lemmy. So, yeah, it kind of continues with his speech. A woman comes in at some point, kind of a very thin woman, who kind of goes over a lot of the same things, honestly. Is talking about how she also worked for Silver Star Solutions, and had a setback a few years ago. And while she at one time she might have thought that was the end of her career, maybe the end of her life, that there was a silver lining to it, and that what happened to her opened new doors for her. And that while her experience may not be the same as theirs, that they should really consider, the advantages that a company like Silver Star can offer them, and that aligned with Envision Medical, that they can be, as much as as people want to say the company will take care of you, that's kind of what she kind of tries to sell to them.
Okay.
There's a Q&A, nothing of super import.
Okay.
So you can stay longer if you want.
Nope.
It's up to the characters.
I'm done listening
Quark's
to your
ready to leave.
commercials.
I'm down to just move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's sneak around some more and see what we find.
Okay. Honestly, you don't find much of interest on the first floor. There are 2 levels above you.
Okay. Well,
Let's go up.
Okay. You get to one of and it is a security gate or a security door that you will need an ID to get through, and it is sealed.
Yeah.
hmm.
All right. Now we got to steal something.
How
Or
are
we
we
wait
going to
for
do
the-
that like this?
Well, either that or we wait for the door to open and we fly right in. But
Or you
We
can
can
use
wait
the
here
vents again. It's up
I
to
mean,
you.
there's vents.
we'll go
but-
through the vents again. He's not going to wait for a door.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
And,
That's what I was hoping. If you wanted to sit and play we'll
No.
wait for the door to open. Okay.
No. The alternative I was thinking about was trying to find somebody's like badge and get a lab coat or something and walk around, like have either Thunderbolt or Benny do it. But we can't guarantee we'd get a good enough badge.
Yeah.
Right,
If you
right.
couldn't shrink down, you guys would be playing that game. So, but
Yeah.
we're not. Okay. Go up through the vents. Second floor all appear to be patient rooms. This is
All right.
indeed, there are indeed patients here.
All right.
This is where you see what medical personnel walking around.
Okay. Let's pick one. Whatever's
Okay.
closest to the vent we come out.
Okay.
See who's obviously we want one with somebody in it,
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
rather than an empty. How many do we see? A lot of people walking around, like a lot of nursing staff.
No. I'd say about 3 or 4 at most. So,
Okay.
and you come into the first room. First room you come into is empty. When you get into it, you're like, this doesn't really look like as much a hospital room as it's almost like an apartment almost. I mean, it's like somebody living in a medical facility.
Yeah.
So
Like
there's
a nursing
not,
home.
in a way, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. There's not like a hospital bed. I mean, they kind of have like a real bed, but there is a machine next to it for taking blood pressure, temperature, all that.
IV stand.
Yep. But there is like a desk, and there is like a TV, kind of mounted TV, and some personal belongings and things like that on the desk.
Okay. Does it look like? How do I want to describe this? Does it look like somebody's lying in the bed, or has
There is no one in the bed. Yep, so.
Okay, like somebody invisible?
Nope.
Nope.
It would appear whoever's room this is not here at the moment.
Okay. All right. Then let's move on to the next room, unless you guys are really hot to go through somebody's personal effects.
Nah.
Not if we don't need to.
Yeah.
Okay. Slipping into the next room, there is someone in this room. There is a figure sitting in a chair, like an easy chair, watching TV. Now, this person is probably about 5'7", 5'8", well muscled, except that their face appears almost like pig-like. Their nose is like grown out into like a snout, and they have long ears, and their eyes have kind of sunk into their sockets. They are dressed in shorts, a Boston Red Sox t-shirt, and they appear to be watching an afternoon baseball game at Fenway. But they were
That's the most important information right there.
yeah, and
wow.
they're kind of snorting, like, come on, god damn it.
Are they playing the Cubs?
They are not.
Okay. Just wondering.
Sandra's
from Illinois, so.
I need to make a roll for something. And I should have had my dice ready. I apologize. And he is really obsessed with this game. But goes kind of stop looking around.
Uh-oh.
All right.
He's like,
We're not invisible. We're just small.
We're just tiny.
Maybe we should get out of here.
Yeah. All right.
reaches for the fly swatter next to him.
Uh-oh.
All right. We're out.
Woof, woof.
We already dealt with that.
Okay. All right.
Let's
so-
leave.
Okay. All right. Back out into the hallway. There is another room that the door is partially open. As you fly by, excuse me,
Yeah.
you hear one of the personnel going, Marissa, it's your turn. I ain't going in there again. And she's and the other girl goes, nope, you lost. You get to deal with Rancid Randy. And she's like,
Oh, we have to see him.
she's
Yeah.
like, come on. All right. And she's like, all right. She goes, kind of inches open his door, says, Randy, hey there. It's time to take your blood pressure. And this, from around the corner, this glob of green noxious spit like hits the floor right about where she was standing, and she jumps, and you hear this cackle from the other side of the room. And he's like, and you hear this voice say, I could hit you if I wanted to. And she's like, oh, god damn it, Randy. She's just stop this. Okay, now are you going in?
Well, I see why they call him Rancid now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Quark's gonna go in. He'll leave Benny if Jen can help, if Thunderbolt can carry him. But yeah.
Probably.
He'll go.
Okay. Let's see what's going on with Randall.
Okay. What you see is in a chair is this humanoid figure, but their body just keeps shifting. He almost looks mushy, but like stretchable. He just keeps like an amoeba. He's just like kind of moving around. He's getting thicker. His head kind of stretches a little bit and then shrinks down. But he is in a he is wearing a T-shirt, which kind of just keeps going, and it says Silver Star Solutions on it, and it says, and it almost has like almost looks like a name tag on it. It says like Randy Brown, and he just kind of reaches out one hand towards the nurse and it's like, come here, let me give you a hug, and it like stretches, and tries to go around her, and she shrieks and just and just kind of pushes away from him. And she's like, God damn it, let me just take your blood pressure. And
How do you take the blood pressure of an amoeba man?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's and he's like, all right, I'll hold still. And he stretches his arm, and it's like he's like really having trouble like keeping it straight. And she's trying to put the blood pressure cuff on him, but it's just like, and she's like, this isn't gonna work, and just stomps out, and his face just kind of just like drops and then moves back up. It's just, he's known as Rancid Randy.
Does he look uncomfortable doing all that? Like, I mean, it's
When she leaves, his demeanor changes, and he does look extremely uncomfortable.
okay.
Like he enjoyed grossing her out, but this looks like an individual who, when his face appears solid, does seem to be in a lot of pain.
Okay. All right. Well, there's two. I think these are. I think we've got a pretty clear idea. These guys are in. I guess I want to say being held against their will, but they've got conditions that require certain attentions. Clearly, I don't know about Orc Face over there, but
I was gonna say, I mean, Pigman seems like he's doing all right.
He seems,
but
he's
he's not exactly
baseball,
fit for walking around regular society either.
Yeah,
No,
that's
probably
true.
not.
Behind you, there's a knock on the door.
Uh-oh.
And the woman from downstairs, from the conference room, steps in, and she says, "Hey, Randy, how are you?" And he says, "I got no time for you today, Gecko."
Gecko.
And
This is interesting.
Yep. And she kind of moves in, and she's like, "It's all right, Randy. I think we're gonna be able to find a cure for whatever happened to us. We just got to give these guys a little more time." He's like, "Well, that's easy for you to say. You're not like falling apart." And his jaw like falls up and like goes up. And she's like, "Just hang in there. They're gonna find something for us. They're gonna help us."
But are they really? All right. Do we want to continue down the carnival, as it were, or do we want to move up to level 3?
Can't imagine it would be on level 3 if this is what they have here.
Adam, also known as Quark, could you give me an intelligence roll, please?
One of the
I
things
need
to
4
improve.
successes for this, please.
All right. I intend to do better or get.
Yeah.
All right. I may be spending a. Wait, hold on. Let's see, a 6 intelligence. Okay. I got 4 successes.
Okay.
2, 6, 4.
Hearing this woman's voice again, but speaking in a different tone, almost a different
Right.
approach.
Yeah, she's coming at it like normal, not
Mhm.
salesperson mode.
You remember her voice from Jet Microsystems
Oh.
as you were fading from consciousness. This was the voice of one of the firefighters who was attempting to get to you to help you. And was
Okay.
one of the ones who was definitely exposed.
Okay. All right, so she's part of the part of what's going on here. She's at least another patient, if nothing else. Gecko, kind of. There's lots of things that could be. All right, but good to know. We need to find out. I think next we need to find out. I'm not good with computers. I'm okay, but I think we at this point may need to get our computer experts on this and find out what's really going on here. I mean, the guys are in pain, and or at least Randy here is, but Orkman down there and Gecko here, I mean, they don't seem to be unduly affected, but I don't know. There's something off here, and I can't figure out what it is yet.
Okay.
Do either of you want to check anything else out? I've got enough for me. 3 strikes is a winner.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I
I just
am
don't know why they're
curious about
holding them here, though. I mean,
Well, but here's the thing: is they could leave. It looks like they could leave, but like Randy, I mean, he doesn't want to go out in public like
he
that.
can't.
I mean,
Yeah.
the orc face guy, I guess, wouldn't want to expose himself either. Gecko, our lady, the firefighter lady, I mean, we don't know what she can do, but clearly they were all affected by the same gas, like me and Dr. Maurice. So I really, I think we need to get more information, but I don't know where we can go to get it without going and stealing something. But again, like I said, that they're not. Are they being held against their will by not coercion, but like the promise of a cure? They're staying here because they don't think anything else is going to work.
And also, it means if they did want to leave,
right.
they'd be traced back to this company.
Yeah. So exactly, they may be kind of convincing them to stay because at Jet Microsystems, that's where the accident happened, and would Jet be liable for what happened? And does Jet want that kind of knowledge to get out? I'm guessing no.
Wow. Yeah.
They were very quick to kind of quiet things down. Maurice and I barely escaped from the one facility where actually I think they captured Maurice, if I remember correctly. Let's see what's upstairs and go from there.
Okay.
Once if we don't find anything really ugly, I think that's enough evidence for me to at least we can go back to Aegis and tell them, yeah, no, this place definitely needs more thorough checking out.
There's some messed up stuff going on, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's take the shaft back up to level 3.
Okay.
And let's see what we see up there.
Level 3 has a similar setup, but at the moment, all of the rooms are currently empty.
Okay.
But they seem to be being prepared for future occupancy. Let's put it that way.
Possibly they're going. My dark thought is that Jet or EVS, is it? What's the medical EMS? The EMS.
The company. They are Envision Medical Supply.
Yeah, Envision Medical Supply. So EMS. I had the initials right.
You did.
IMS.
That's IMS.
Yeah, IMS. Oh, Envision. Like okay.
Envision.
I was doing it. I was spelling it correctly, but
you're close.
Okay.
I mean, my dark thought is that they're somehow exposing people to this gas to either replicate certain results or just at random to see what happens. But for that, we need more proof. And I don't know that we're going to find it here. I mean, we could, but
now you can contact Agent Wright if you want more information.
Not while within the confines of this compound.
Okay.
I would be afraid the radio would get picked up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or intercepted or anything. I would not want to do that. If we were telepathic, maybe, but no.
Not. Yeah.
Yeah, no. No, I'll wait till we're outside the compound for that.
Okay.
All right. Level 3 is empty. Unless either of you want to do anything, Quark's ready to fly back to the car, and then from there we'll contact Agent Wright.
All right, sounds good to me.
Yeah.
All right.
Do that.
Okay.
All right. So you fly out of there, get back to the car. Agent Wright is, you have your standard communicators that you can.
I've been removing resolve points to maintain the shrinking effect, Tom. Just so.
Oh,
that's what I was going to ask. Is it's not going to last forever?
Every time I kind of change scenes or floors, so I figured it was safe to do that. Keep it going.
Yeah. That was going to be my next thing. Is it's not going to hold up forever. So.
Oh no. So, eventually, I will run out of resolve. But we found out enough information. I think I'm down to 3 resolve.
Okay.
Oh no.
Well, I had started with 7, so I had enough to play around with.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you give him the kind of the lowdown.
Yeah.
He says, well, we have a way to tap into there, but we're going to need a physical connection to be able to tap in. And if we try to come in from the outside, try to hack them, they're going to notice it. But we have ways of getting information that if we give you something, you might be able to get into a server room or something and be able to put something in so that we can basically start monitoring them.
Well, that sounds like a job for me. Although I'm not. I have a technology 4. I'm hoping
I have
that
a
might be
technology
enough.
6.
Oh, you're better than me. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say she's actually better than you at that.
Yeah.
So,
mhm.
Okay.
yeah.
So
Well, it's okay. You're still better than me because my technology is 2.
Oh.
He could use his cell
Quark
phone.
has a lot of other abilities that low.
Yeah.
Yeah, this might be something that she's going to be more skilled at. So,
All right. We don't have it with us. We have to wait for it to get to us
they
somehow.
can, yeah, they'll,
Okay.
Bring us a thing or something, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
Jen. I mean,
or
I can
Dash.
get you in.
Just, here's your
I can-
burritos and the electronic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With my powers, I can get you into the computer room,
Mhm.
and then we can enlarge back to normal. Old Man Winter, you can come along in case they start detecting us. You and I can buy her the time she needs to do whatever she needs to do.
All right,
That
works
seem
for
like a
me.
plan?
All right. About 2 hours. Within 2 hours, you are met. You guys meet at a pizza place in Farmington with a GS agent. Give you an envelope that has kind of an innocuous looking little metal object that looks like it would just stick onto a cable. You're not quite sure how it works.
I
You
don't
weren't
have to know
told how it works. You just put it, find a, a server, attach this, let us know. We'll take care of the rest. So,
Okay,
Okay.
that works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You head back. When you get into the building, you assume that probably the server room might be one of the other rooms, maybe another section of the first floor that you didn't go to. When you get back in, I'm assuming you're going back in through the vents, same path.
Yeah.
The young man from the meeting is walking down the hallway, and you hear him. He's saying hello to the security guards, and hey Charlie, how's it going? Another roll from Quark, please. Intelligence, and I need 3 successes, please. At least 3 successes.
I'm so glad I bumped my intelligence up. That's 4.
Okay.
Okay.
You recognize his voice as well as the other firefighter that was in the accident with you.
Wait, which one? The Charlie the guard?
No, the
one that's talking to Charlie.
the young man, Franklin Chan.
Oh, Chan. Okay,
yeah.
Franklin Chan.
Yeah, he has
okay,
an
so he was
Ivy
another
League look to
firefighter.
him, but
Yeah. All right, so he clearly got special abilities somehow, but they're very subtle, whatever they are. Because everybody who was in there got exposed, got changed. Myself, I physically stayed the same, but Chan obviously he got something too, probably. So I'm not going to follow him. I want to, focus on mission.
Yep.
okay. As he's walking down the hallway, he stops and he's kind of looking around.
Uh-oh.
And he turns, and you would swear he's looking right at all 3 of you. He's
Oh, joy.
He goes, And he kind of takes another step closer. He's like, reaches into his jacket. There's like a like a cell phone. He's like,
Oh no, scatter.
Yep.
okay.
Fly,
Alright.
fly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
takes a picture. And then he's like, ah, okay. And starts whistling and just kind of strolls away.
Okay.
Hmm.
He did nothing. So let's
Well,
get,
he didn't do
let's get in and get out.
nothing.
He had a picture.
He didn't do nothing.
Well, but he didn't. What's the word? Like he didn't blow our cover, so to speak.
That could certainly change very
It
quickly.
could change. I want to fly down the
Like I
hall
said,
and see
if
I can
things
like,
go
zap a
south,
stone,
you and I
Yeah.
are here to
you
give
know?
Thunderbolt
Yeah.
enough time to do her
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, Thunderbolt, you're
Mhm.
going to get into this server room.
Okay.
It's going to take a couple rolls, unfortunately.
Okay. How many dice you want?
Let me see what first I'm going to have you roll. I think really a technology roll first.
Okay. That's 6 dice.
To kind of wind your way through and you're like, oh, that's this. That's what I'm looking for.
I've got 4 successes.
4 successes.
Yeah.
Okay. You find the server that you're looking for.
Mhm.
Now there's a ton of wires here.
Of course.
They told me kind of which one to look for. Give me another technology roll, please.
Okay.
Probably gonna need 3 successes at least for this.
I got 2 6s, a 2, and that's it.
You're perfect.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Now the object is much
Mhm.
bigger than you, though. So
Oh.
you were kind of flying along because you didn't shrink it. You really couldn't shrink it.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
So
So she's
I'm probably
holding-
trying to like heft it, and just
Well,
fly like I
Here-
would.
what
if
I
was
expected
doing
is that
anything
we'll
else.
have to let her go normal size to do
Oh.
this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I planned on was.
So when she finds it,
Mhm.
yeah, now she has to be able to be normal size to
Yeah.
be able to actually put it. So she knows where she has to put it.
Yeah, I
Right.
just.
Now she has to switch
I will
back.
turn the power off for her, unless Old Man Winter also wants to have it turned off. I can do one or both of you.
Um,
I'm already in here.
You want to
Um,
stay small or be normal?
be normal.
Okay. Quark will stay small since he doesn't have to
Okay.
spend anything extra to do that.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So the
Alright.
two of you are then in the
This
server
way you could
room.
assist her if necessary. Not that
Yeah.
you're good at it.
Okay. So you go.
At the very least, I can punch anybody that walks in the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's kind of cool in there a little bit.
Should be. I mean,
Yep.
you don't want these to
Um,
overheat.
Yep. So Thunderbolt, you know where it would, and it's about the size of a paper clip.
Okay.
It has little like tongs, pincers, kind of that you just like.
Oh, you can just
attach
kind of.
it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can just attach it on there.
Okay.
Benny, could you please give me an? I guess investigation roll will work.
Okay, not terrible, but not the best. Let's see. 4 successes.
Great. That's
Nice.
exactly just about what I was looking for. You see, as she's turning around, she's
Like trying to put the thing in an area they won't.
you look up,
notice.
the camera just looking right down at you guys, just filming you guys, just standing there.
I just blast it.
Okay, give me
That'll
a
work.
roll, please.
Yeah.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
lot.
let's see, if you want a specific number, it is 10 successes.
Are you looking to freeze it solid, destroy it? What are you looking to do?
Whatever makes
Okay.
it stop filming us.
all right.
Either.
All right. 10. It just gets like it's almost like a hammer of ice. Just like hits it, and knocks it off the wall. There's no other noise after that, but Thunderbolt, you heard the crash.
I did. Yeah.
Well,
go.
well, we should probably hurry. I mean,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
probably
Okay, I think I got the thing where it's supposed to be. So
Okay, well, that's
I'll
good. I
find
mean, we probably should have been hurrying anyway, but this is definitely more incentive to do that now.
right,
Okay.
yes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's
Quark,
go.
you are outside of there. Where are you? Or were you
well,
staying in there with them as well?
I was staying with them because
Oh,
I
okay.
was
Okay.
in case
That's fine.
something went wrong. We wanted to be all together.
Mm.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay. So.
So we are now normal size.
Two big people are
You
running
two
for a
are.
door?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay.
Unless something immediately happens, and once she's done, if the job is done,
Yeah, it's done. I just attached the little thingy to the
then
back.
let's
Easy.
get out of here. I can take both of you back out. I still have 2 more resolve points to shrink you down to get us out of there.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Let's go. Let's go.
You
All right.
shrink them down.
Yep.
As you are coming up to the door, it swings open. I need an agility roll from everybody to avoid getting
Oh
smashed
my.
by
Okay.
an opening door.
Good thing I'm good at those.
That's horrible.
I've got 4 successes.
Okay.
Quark got 5.
Okay.
I got 7.
Okay.
We're just
You
agile
all
little
ma-
minxes, aren't we?
Yeah, you managed to just dodge out of the way of the door. Like you imagine just like in like slow motion, this door is like swinging open. You all go, whoa, and get out of the way. As
Exit.
As that same security guard you saw earlier comes stomping in. So
Okay.
Camera's broken, but we definitely saw them. He's talking into a microphone, or he's talking into a like walkie-talkie. So, all right,
Out.
you guys are.
Let's head out the
heading-
front door
Out,
then.
out. Mhm.
Okay. Heading towards the front door, you run into your old friend Franklin Chan is standing there. And he says, leaving so soon?
Yes.
Can you even hear us? I mean,
I'm not planning on stopping.
Okay.
mhm.
If the door isn't open, Quark will exit, make his own
Okay.
exit if need be.
Okay. Quark, you feel something like hit your head. That you're like, it's like, it almost feels like a hammer hits your head, like your forehead.
Okay.
You don't see anything, but you sure as hell felt it.
That's what you can do.
And it kind of spins you backwards a little bit.
All right.
I want to see. I believe there is a. Give me a toughness roll, please.
Okay. What's his toughness? Oh, 6. Okay. Oops. I typed that wrong.
Oh.
I missed the D. I hit F. It did not roll. It said that's an incorrect command. I'm like, duh. 4 successes.
Okay. You managed to kind of not get injured from this.
Okay.
But you kind of hold on to your concentration. You're kind of like, all right, that was bad. Like, where did that come from? Like, no one,
Something
no one has
invisible.
ever
That
like
was
hit.
not good. That was
Yeah.
a bad time.
Yeah.
That's got to be the guy that was looking at
Yeah.
us.
So, yeah, he hit you with something that you didn't see.
All right.
Right.
So you kind of get staggered back a little bit, but
Mhm.
the team kind of looks at you like, what just happened?
I don't know.
Okay.
Is he still using his phone on us?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
It depends on what happens next after that.
Yeah.
If you want to just continue to heading towards the door, you can continue that, but you were
Yeah.
definitely noticed and thumped.
Yep.
Yeah.
But not so bad enough that we were stopped. So
Yeah.
Quark will fly out of the building carrying Benny.
Okay.
And then
Mhm.
Jen can follow along. Again, unless he tries to do something again. Quark
Yeah.
is not aiming to do anything more physical other than
Nothing
try
else.
to avoid being attacked.
You at this front desk, there were 2 security guards who were making phone calls, and you managed to slip out the door as somebody was coming in.
Okay.
As you start to fly away, the young man, Franklin Chan, steps out. And he's just kind of looking at you as you're flying away. Like you're probably up in the air, and he's just kind of smiling. He's just kind of got this look on his face. The young woman, Gecko, as you're leaving, she kind of comes out and just kind of stands next to him and is kind of looking around, and he kind of just points like in your direction, and she just kind of looking like, I don't know what the hell you're looking at, but until you guys are just far enough away that you don't see them, and heading towards the car again.
Yeah, we left it at the wherever.
Okay.
At that point, the pizza shop or wherever we left it, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. No one pursuing you or anything. So you.
I didn't think so.
Get back there. Okay.
Well, we botched part of it, but we did learn some things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird things.
Oh,
go ahead.
No, that's just.
Okay.
There's definitely something going on here. Something worth just investigating more thoroughly.
You we're going to fast forward a couple days.
Okay.
You get a little bit of information now from Agent Wright through the bug essentially that you guys put in there.
Oh, right.
They were able to hack in and get some information on some of the people you came across. They aren't strictly medical records; they're more like personnel records, and through their sneakiness and hackingness, they find that there definitely were 4 former Silver Star Solutions employees. There's one named Tony Lungato, who was who had worked for Silver Star pretty much since their founding, and you see something about you're not quite sure if it's a team name. You see something called the Fire Brigade, and they this one employee named Tony Lungato. The next one is someone named Randy Brown, who not much information on him. It just was a lifelong firefighter who had left the Boston Fire Department and had joined Silver Star. There was another person named Angela Suarez, who was a firefighter, and then someone named Franklin Chan. They were definitely on site at Jet the night of the accident, and they are at this place. There's something called the Fire Brigade, but no code names. They couldn't get anything further than that.
Well, we met Frank, we met Randy. The other guy might have been Tony, and the only woman was Angela. So we know they called her Gecko, and we know Randy was Rancid Randy, but we didn't hear anything about the others. I'll tell Agent Wright, kind of debrief what we saw. The one guy with a pig face.
Yeah.
We didn't really see any special abilities. Randy, seemed to be composed of slime. I don't know what else to call it. Angela had a name called Gecko. Could be anything. She could have had a long tongue. She could have regenerating limbs.
I was half expecting her to shoot out a super long tongue when we were flying away.
And Mr. Chan did something and hit me with something invisible, but I don't know what it was. I couldn't tell if it was psychic or just an invisible hammer or something. It hit hard. That's all I could tell you.
Agent Wright is satisfied. Mission accomplished. You found out that they are definitely there, and what Jet is up to.
What Jet
Yeah.
is exactly up to is entirely different.
Yeah.
I mean,
What-
Quark's
what-
theory is that they're trying to experiment and duplicate the results of various people with this gas or whatever they've discovered. The 4 mutated people seem to be volunteering, but more of a under the premise of a cure. I'm not sure there is one, but they're preparing for more. I don't want to say victims, but volunteers maybe. Could go either way. I mean, Jet certainly has the money to pay people to try to undergo, quote, medical testing for such an experiment and call it an unfortunate side effect. But, hey, there's lots of people who will do lots of things for less money.
And Quark does remember that in the days following the accident, HR had been asking him to go for additional testing.
And he did not go, but he gave a sample.
Mhm, mhm,
We did
yeah.
give a sample. So I'm a little curious if they're doing something with that sample, but again, it wasn't much. Yeah, it wasn't much. But Quark's DNA was already mutated when he gave it to them. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. I'm sure that'll come up to haunt me for a while later.
We'll see, I guess.
All right.
I have the advantage of knowing Tom for so many years.
Yep. All right. Well, that is where we kind of go to our last panel with Quark pondering, the information that he's
sitting alone in the conference room, like, what did they do? What are they up to?
Yep. And that is where we wrap up for tonight. So, thank you guys.
Yeah.
There was definitely opportunities for combat. I had planned for it, but you guys went with the, which I assumed you were going to go with the stealth approach. You weren't going to just go in and start smashing things, but
no, that's not Quark's MO. It might be Benny's MO. It's certainly not Thunderbolts.
No, I mean,
Thunderbolts.
I generally assumed it was going to be stealth, but a bad roll here or there, which in this game, in this game, it seems hard to make a bad roll, though, honestly.
It does happen.
It
can happen. Yes, it can happen if I need a certain, like, there's certain cases I wanted a certain number of successes.
Yeah.
So, if I needed 4 and you got 1, okay, then, then
that's failure, but that's what resolve is for too.
Exactly.
I mean, I've rolled like those 8 dice pools before whatever and gotten nothing.
Yep.
And that's just the worst when
and
that
there weren't a lot of contested rolls because generally no one knows you're tiny. You're tiny.
No one knows you're there.
There's a lot of stuff that goes on with. There's perception. Like most people are -2 to even spot him. On their perception, and unless we're dealing with supers. Your average Joe Blow is going to have 2 or 3 dice in perception at best.
Exactly, yeah.
And losing 2 dice to perception is like, I got to roll a 2, 4, or 6, and I'm going to get 1 success. I'm not going to find them. Compared to because you get to roll shrinking at half level for your covert for stealth, and at Quark's level, that's I think 5 dice. Yeah. So he's very hard to spot when he doesn't want to be spotted. He's not invisible, but he's hard. He's hard to see.
Yeah, the one guy smelled you guys, but he didn't roll.
I figured as much. I figured,
but he didn't roll well enough.
And I definitely want to look.
You probably were wise to get out of there.
Yeah.
Well, that's as soon as he started sniffing the air, I'm like, nope. I know what my cat looks like when she's doing that, so I'm out.
It's like, I know this is a weird pig man, but I'm not taking any chances.
No, I wasn't either. Quark's not that. I don't want to say brave, but he's not that foolish. He's brave, not foolish.
Now, some of the events from this may spill over into the Old Man Winter episode or issue. So we'll be picking that up. Thunderbolt's issue is going to be something different. So.
Okay.
And I'm joining Old Man Winter's issue, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's in 2
Everybody should be getting the chance to play
2
twice in this.
Go around.
This current run. Yeah.
Okay.
So, Okay. All right. Well, thank you again, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That,
I
like
love
said,
playing Quark.
and I know, and this one has been sitting, waiting.
Yeah.
I've been like, I want to run Quark
He's-
number 5. Like
Quark is who I wanted Brainwave to be, but never quite got there.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Well, any questions? Anything that I might answer? I always like to make sure I offer. So
I don't
No, it's
think
all
so.
will be revealed in time. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Quark is going to continue to train and improve his abilities, and once he gets enough XP, I'm going to add an add-on to his shrinking power, and then start boosting up statistics because I want him to be smarter, tougher, etc. But once I get the powers to where I want him to be, then yeah, he's done with that.
okay. Building.
I
the
have
perfect
plans.
beast. So,
Yep.
all right. Let's go around the table and talk to people and see what they got going on. My friend Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen.
Shattered Soulstone.
Yeah, that's the name of my podcast. It's Shattered Soulstone. It's at shatteredsoulstone.com. New episodes come out every Saturday, unless I'm too sick to do them. But I'm getting better, so that's
Alrighty.
about it.
That's good.
Loisius, you got anything going on?
I mean, Vampire in 2 months. Stay tuned. Also, Simbaroom coming back in July. If you haven't seen it, go check it out because I'm running it.
Alrighty. Any good comics we should be picking up or?
I just read one. Called it's actually right next to me, called Earth Divers. This is the first volume, called Kill Columbus. It's about these people who find this cave that lets them go back in time, and they basically like try and prevent America from becoming formed, because apparently that's what causes the end of the world.
All right.
And so the first volume's all about this one guy going back to try to kill Christopher Columbus before he finds the new world.
Right.
The second one, which I have not read yet, is called Ice Age, and the current arc is because apparently it's just not working out. So the third attempt is 1776.
Oh wow!
Alrighty. Sounds interesting. I like kind of alternate history things, and and all those kinds of things. Matt, anything going on besides this? No
No,
offense. So.
no, I'm running my own Prowlers and Paragons game offline at the tabletop, which my group is currently very much enjoying. They have fled the desert prison and are on a plane from Cairo to London and then hopefully to New York. But they're going to be stopped in London, and they don't know why yet, but they'll find out.
It will happen.
Yes, I've warned them that they will get stopped, and that they're all enjoying the very interactive storytelling. Like, I try to make sure everybody does, gets a chance to make the story flow in a direction they think it should go. And they're all enjoying it. Like, the one guy's like, "This is better than any Marvel movie I've watched." It's like,
That's nice.
yeah. So I was like, all right, this is working, and everybody likes the way the flow goes. Like, the dice make it really easy to figure things out. It's like, oh, I just have to count 2, 4, or 6. That's it. Yeah, it's that simple.
That is one thing I do like about this system. It is incredibly easy to learn.
Yes,
So,
yes, it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
all right. Well, for myself, tomorrow night we have the season finale of Controlled Burn, our werewolf game. Really looking forward to that. And there will be a season 3.
Oh, good. Good.
And I'll be telling the players a little bit about it, but we're going to kind of keep that under wraps, kind of
Mm-hmm.
what season 3 is going to be all about.
Yeah.
We've got some one-shots coming up. We've got some Dragonbane coming up on Friday night. So whole lots of stuff going on here on the channel. So again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your support. Be sure to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, drink water, be nice to people. All that kind of stuff. And from all of us, have a good night.
Just say
and
no.
Exactly. Well, it depends on what it is. But
Yeah.
anyway,
I mean, yeah.
have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.